Hello and welcome to today's video. I apologise that was a bit loud. I have technical difficulties with my phone at the moment and I have a fan on because it's kind of hot. So we're going to try and have a look at the world's most beautiful places, National Geographic, 100 unforgettable destinations. So I haven't been doing anything at the moment because I haven't felt like doing it, and I feel like if I do it when I don't feel like doing it, it's just going to come out horrible. So I'm going to try to control my breathing and everything else so you have optimal experiences. So let's have a look at this magazine. Since my phone's had an update, the camera it's done something to the camera and I can't seem to get it right, but we'll work on it for the next video. I just wanted to get this done because I've been meaning to do this for a while. I've had this magazine on my table and I haven't really been putting my computer on or doing much, to be honest, because I just haven't felt like it. So the world's most beautiful places, let's get into it. As usual, I don't really read much. I'm more of a picture man. I prefer picture books. It's the most beautiful places. Washington DC. That's not Washington DC, pal, but I think it means their office in Washington DC, because it said this is a reissue. I also apologise because it's shaking and knocking everything and all the rest of it. So let's get on with it, and I hope this is relaxing, or as good as it can be towards relaxing. So let's have a look. So we got a nice little beach here. I always liked the idea of being a pirate, coming along the shores and seeing a beautiful beach, and you just get off and you're like, "Aye lads, let's get down there and have us some rum." But they might have been more cockney, so might have been like, "Come on lads, no, I'm gonna stop. This is no fun. It's not. Let's go." So we have a beautiful places map, and I'm not sure if this is ASMR because it doesn't really sound like it, but we'll just call it looking at the world's most beautiful places, save some aggravations. So it's got all of these places on the map where photos have been taken. So we're just going to go through some random stuff. Just going to look through the magazine, see where we get up to. Apologise for the noises. I don't particularly like those noises, but I keep making them. So we're at the peaks and valleys. Saguaro. Okay, I'm no good at certain. I pick up the way it's spelt and the way it should be said pretty well sometimes, but not today, man. Saguaro National Park. Maybe I've butchered it, maybe I haven't. Redwood forests. I like these trees. They're pretty cool trees. They're tall trees, and that must mean they're old trees. Oh, it says something here. Big is beautiful when it comes to the coast. Redwoods, Sequoia sempervirens. I probably said that wrong. And they don't come much bigger than in Redwood National and State Parks, which protect a precious relic forest. Some 45% of all surviving coast redwood. What? I'm not going to read. I just decided. Chiang Province, Thailand. Just put it down a bit, maybe it'll be in a bit better. So let's go to the next page. Masaimara National Reserve. We've got a cheeky cheetah right there. I apologise if I sound like bottle. Tuscany. When I first saw this, it reminded me of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where you run across the fields. But also it's pretty cool. I like photos where you see the mist and the beautiful rolling hills. Up and down, up and down. Torres in Patagonia, Chile. Probably said that wrong. Probably hurt someone's feelings. Olympic National Park. Olympic Peninsula, Washington. So a lot of these places in America, I've been to them in the crew too. Let's see, I'm a well-travelled man. What we got here? I thought they were seals. Yosemite National Park, California. Is it? Yeah, I suppose California is quite big. It's not just Los Angeles. Denali National Park, Alaska. I do pride myself on trying to get the whole magazine into the shop, but it's not worked today, so not too impressed with myself. Parotaxan, Bhutan, Jeju Island, South Korea, Bryce Canyon, Utah, Alpine National Park, Victoria, Australia, Latabronon, that's wrong, probably, that's in Switzerland, and that's Glacier National Park. Hope you could see all of that. Yeah, I can't, so don't know what you can see. Jasper National Park, Canada. Pretty place. One day I go to pretty place. I don't know where, I don't know when, but one day we will go. County Kerry, Ireland. Killarney. Don't miss any Irish visit must take in the... Okay, I'm not going to do this. Sometimes my reading skills are just no good, so I'm not going to try that one. Cradle Mountain National Park, Tasmania, Australia. See, not so hard for the English tongue. Not sure about that one, but it's in Norway. Pretty place. Okay, I'm going to clothesline my camera, and that's not going to be fun. Autumn in New England, Vermont. Aoraka, Mount Cook National Park, New Zealand. Oh, this one's proper tricky. So the Highlands. The Highlands. I think we'll come back to that one another time. In Scotland. I think it's the Highlands, but don't hold me to it. 24. Annapurna Sanctuary, Nepal. Bali Rainforest, Bali, Indonesia. Do apologise if you don't see these beautiful photos. I was thinking about getting the books, but considering I can't seem to get my get the whole magazine in the shot, I'm starting to wonder how I could actually get... Okay, let's go up a little bit. Okay, we've readjusted. We might be in a better situation. I tried to have nothing in the shot. Then we moved the dust cloth out the way. What we got there, a rock. The rock is close to the edge and trying not to lose his head. 26. Great Barrier Reef, Queensland, Australia. 10-minute mark, and we haven't even got halfway. times on quiet waters, one does not speak aloud, but only in whispers. When I am on quiet waters, I talk to myself through my mind with my psychic powers. But whatever. Gulian, Chiang, China. I don't know if I said that right. Jiangxi. Maybe not, probably not. Nepali coast, QA, Hawaii. Sometimes I just wonder whether I should be even opening my mouth. Do you know, sometimes do you ever get that feeling that you should just shut your mouth? Crater Lake, Kilmath, Oregon 29. The Everglades, Florida, I'm not sure. I'm struggling. Nice Florida. I'm not that silly. Maybe sometimes I am. 31, Plitvice Lake, Croatia. I think I keep knocking my microphone into the tripod, so that's gonna sound magnificent. Cliffs of Moher, County Clare Island. Then we got Tanzania, 33, Zanzibar. So this reminds me a bit of Dead Island. Tried to replay that recently. They had some weird filters on there. Didn't really appreciate it. Made the game a bit weird to play. So we got 34, Big Sur, coastal California. Been there in American Truck Simulator, as I said before. Well-travelled man I am. So I'm these are beautiful photos, and I'm not giving them the time of day. It's pretty bad of me. And also it looks turquoise in real life. On the camera it looks blue, so I'm not too happy with that. I would like to get a proper setup, but I'm a poor man. So we do what we do. 36, the Bay of Fires, Tasmania, Australia. Then 35 at the top before 36 is the Amazon River, South America. 37, Loch Katrine, Stirling, Scotland. Then we have 38, Milford Sound, Fiordland, New Zealand. Great Blue Hole, Belize, 39. Okavango Delta, Botswana, 40. Probably butchered that, but don't tell nobody, and I won't tell nobody either. Let's see if we can turn the page without skipping 100 pages. Seychelles, by the seashore, 41. Coastal Africa. There's a lot of places I want to go, but I have a funny feeling no one's going to be doing much travelling in the next few years. But we may see. We may be just travelling on magic carpets, and then we'll be going places. Solar magic carpets, mind you, or a Nimbus 2000E, which means electric, with snoller particles, so you can fly wherever you want at subsonic speeds, mate. Get them while stocks last. 42, Newfoundland, Canada. So I was looking at this the other day before I went to bed, because I wanted to get an idea of what's in there, to see whether it's worthy of you folks. And to me, we looked like the BFG had a little bit of a trip, put his foot there, and that's what happened there. So it's not years of erosion, it's a great big giant fella has stepped on Canada and caused the most unsightly technical difficulty. That's just my opinion, it's not financial advice. Tahiti, French Polynesia, 45, Kaikoura, Canterbury, New Zealand, Lofton Island, Norway. 46. This one's proper tricky. I do not know how to say this one, so we'll come back to it. Cathedral Cove, Cormandale, Peninsula. What is wrong with you? New Zealand, Okefenokee, Swamp, Georgia. Georgia, oh mama, Georgia. So we've come back to this one. Don't laugh. English is not my first language. Moron is my first language. So, the lac district Anglais. Don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's somewhere beautiful, somewhere tropical. Okay, 49, Iguacia Falls. I can't say that. Brazil somewhere. 50, Cannon Beach, coastal Oregon. Oregon seems like a beautiful place when people ain't protesting, but we'll keep our faces shut on that. Hopefully they get peace soon, just like the rest of the world. Hope everyone has a peaceful existence, but as we know in this world, there are many men who do not fancy themselves as peacemakers. So let's look at the castle, probably built by someone who is an ultimate peacekeeper. This fairy tale, I can't read it, I'm going to have to get very close. This fairy tale in stone, the inspiration for the castle in Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty. Okay, it was made by a beast. Rome, Italia. But, it was in Assassin's Creed 2. That sounded like I said Assassin's Creed 2, but it wasn't in Assassin's Creed 2, it was in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. But don't judge me, man. These photos look awesome, and the camera's just like, no mate, you don't look so awesome, man. Machi, that's just not 53, that word and that word. Peru. Let's go, man. Some beautiful place with some nice grass and some fancy village type structure. That would have been a cool place. Imagine everyone's out here, you got some stalls, everyone wakes up, they're like, oh, stretch like a dog, sting like a bee, look out to the mountains, what do I see? T-Rex and a flying dinosaur bird. Take cover. The Dragonborn shall come soon to slay the dragon. Force radar him back to the dimensions he came from. So that was the day in the life of someone in Peru when dragons and dinosaurs existed. But don't take my word for it, it's not financial advice. 54 or Ford. They make motorcycle looks, I think. Anglais. Fancy. It looks like something you won't want to touch in case you break something. Very fine. Let's move on. What's up with these big ginormous castles? They do look fancy, but I'm not sure about the colour scheme. Yellow and red. But I'm not a designer. What do I know? Sintra 55, Portugal. I'm just butchering it. Just leave it. Let's go to the next page and move on. Bergen, Norway. Savannah, Georgia. Then we have Chichen Itza, Yucatan, Mexico, Kyoto, Japan, Rostov, Russia, New York City, New York. That was very hard. I hope you appreciate the effort I put into that. New York City, New York. See, I try my very best for you lot. 62, St. Petersburg, Russia. Then we have 63, the Great Wall of China. Now we won't say what these two have in common, but it starts with S. They both have suns. Look, one there and that one over there setting. I don't know what this one is. Lawn, Dawn, Anglaise, 64. Take a bus to not sure. Do you know what? All these pretty places, and then you show my motherland, and it's like, oh, it's a bit of an eyesore, isn't it? It's a bit grey, it's a bit bleak, but the sun is pretty and shining, but it still looks bleak and dreary. Like, come on, we have, let's go back to the, look, colours, come on, let's behave. And then we have, look, the colours. But what's going on? London. What is the deal? St. Petersburg. Look at that architecture. That's super beautiful. Look at this. A great big wall. That's pretty and beautiful. With a nice sun. You got the colour of the stone. You've got the autumn shades of whatnot. But then we go here. The most colourful thing about London is the language and the sunset and the big red buses, but they ain't what they used to be. It's a sad one. See, this is what I mean. Pretty beautiful architecture. Some claim it was the source of the legend of Atlantis, while others have said it caused the collapse of the Minoan civilization on Crete. What is sure is that the volcanic eruption at the heart of the Aegean 3,600 eruption at the heart of the Aegean 3,600 years ago, one of the most powerful in history. I feel like words were missing and it didn't make sense. My brain can't connect the dots. I'm having a hard time. I don't want sympathy, but give a guy a break. Bagan, 66, Mandalay, Myanmar. Pretty place. See, again, we got fancy architecture. We got lots of green. Got lots of lots. And the sun must be coming down with the orange on the buildings. So let's go to the next page. Seville, Andalusia, Spain, Istanbul, Turkey. Once again, beautiful architecture. Fancy architecture. Not looking grey and sad and miserable. So you got Amsterdam, Netherlands. You got Pyramids of Giza. Been there in Assassin's Creed Origins. A man of culture. Cape Town, South Africa. Mesa Verde, Colorado. Washington, District of Columbia. Okay. I hope that didn't affect the recording, because that would make me sad. We're still recording, so that is good. Oh, it's coming up for 25 minutes. This is gonna suck. Paris 75, France. Oh, Look at these fancy royal colours. You've got the golds, you've got your turquoises and jadey emeraldy turquoises at that. Paris, France, 75. What are you going to do about it? So what we got now? Stark and wild. Bit like me on a Friday night. But maybe not so much. The Arctic, 76, Sweden. I don't go out on Fridays. I'm not one of those people. Sorry to disappoint. 77, the Devil's Marbles. He needs to sort his marbles out to look a bit of a funny shape. I want to get a doctor for that. One of them looks like he's smoking. He definitely wants to get that seen too. If your marbles are smoking or they're changing shapes, it's probably best to go to a doctor. Badlands National Park, South Dakota, 78. I'm going to try and get to the end before 30 minutes, so I'm probably just ruining the whole experience, but you can pause it if the screen is aligned. Salad de Bolivia. That pink is a nice pink. Salt Lakes. What we got now? Iceland. Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. Got a fancy creature here of the night. He'll steal your wife and he'll leave your kids. He don't mean no harm. I'm giving him a bad name. He only choke-slammed a few people and clotheslined a few tourists. He took their Rolex, he took their wallets, but can you blame the fella? He wants to explore. He's had enough. Look, you can see him, he's looking at cameraman. Is that a Nikon? Is that a DSLR? I don't mind if you do. Hand it over. Chocolate Hills, Blower Islands, Philippines. Now we got 85 something Dunes, Namibia. Then we got the 85 Racetrack Player, Death Valley, California. How can boulders move by themselves across a dry, flat lake bed on the flanks of Death Valley? The phenomenon went without explanation until scientists solved the mystery at last. Rare rain must fall when temperatures drop low, enough to freeze the water before it evaporates and the wind blows enough for the floating panels of ice to push the stones. So, I know what's going on here, mate. The same guy who stepped on Canada is messing with you, and you scientists think you figured it out, but you ain't. 86 Emerald Lake, Tonka something National Park, New Zealand. You're gonna have to forgive me, my throat is starting to give up. So we got a lot of pages. Oh, that one looks good. Oh, that one looks good too. 87 Grand Prismatic Spring, Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming. That is pretty, man. So I'm going to go and change the page, because we got another pretty one. Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona. There you go, friends. Let me move my fat fingers. Let's go on to the next page. So we got 101 pages so far, and we're at 88. So we got 89 Hawaii again over here. Mojave Desert. It was... the game was whatever, Fallout New Vegas, you know what I mean. The game was rigged from the start. Was it that? I don't know. Something like that maybe. Northwest Passage, Canada. Something like that. The Pinnacles, Western Australia. The Giants Record Needles. So what we got here, Lava Fields, Oregon, 93. We got 95, we got Lake Baikal, Siberia, Russia, Simeon Mountains National Park, Ethiopia, and Socotra, Yemen, 96. I'm not doing this any justice at all, not even a little bit, not even a tiny bit. And transferring this video to my computer is gonna suck balls, but we'll do it. 97, the Sahara, Africa. All these camels. Imagine you had to walk across that, go and see the missus. Would you do it? Or would you go, nah, no, you've underestimated the power of my needs. So would you cross or would you not? Because if I've underestimated your needs, that means you walk across. Or if I underestimated what you don't need, I'm confusing myself. 98, mineral forest, Turkey. I will usually attempt words, but I'm trying to get this. Okay, it's 31. It might not be when I've cut it down. So this is 98. So what's going to be 99? K2, Karakoram range, China / Pakistan. So we've now got the prairies, Midwest and United States. So could have at least given them their own page, like 99 and 100. Aren't they supposed to be the top ones? Well, we got bonus round. And these are the people who take the photograph. So I was thinking about looking into these. I might try and purchase, but I'm not sure at the moment. But let me know what you think. If you like these videos of me looking at magazines, whether it's ASMR or not, let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day. I just aim to entertain, and if I can do it even a little bit, that's the goal. So take care of yourselves and goodbye.